Hey friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the second topper problem video. And today I'm going to start off with what you see right here, those return hairs. Now I at first thought they were baby hairs, but then when I contacted Uniwigs and I was like, hey, can you guys not put so many baby hairs in my topper? They responded, those aren't baby hairs, they're return hairs. What return hairs are is the tail end or the excess of the hair, because the cap is constructed a certain way and the hair has to go in and well, it has to come out too for it to hold. So there are three things you can do here, and what I did in the beginning was I actually started pulling them out. Now I realized once you go to another section there'd be a whole world of more return hairs, so I realized like, okay, I should probably stop plucking these or pulling these out. So then I tried to explore alternatives. The second solution would be to get a little hairspray. Now I don't like putting it directly into my topper, like onto the topper, so I usually put it on my fingers, rub it around a little bit, and then like help it lay. But I try not to put product in my hair, especially hairspray, just because then I don't want it to become like I don't want it to build up, I don't want it to become crunchy or anything like that. So what I do like to do is, this third option is using a curling iron. Now I of course would put first like a little spritz of the hair protectant and let it dry. And the thing about the curling iron is, I did talk about it in my last topper problem video, that helps lay your part, or just your topper in general, the hair flatter. So it helps define the part and it lays it flatter. But I realized in doing this that it would actually help control the return hairs too. And it is enough hair where I can do this on my head, or of course you can do it on your mannequin head. But just slowly running it will definitely help do the trick. And of course you don't want to get rid of all of your baby hairs or return hairs, because if you look at any normal head of hair, there will be hair, you know, at different lengths. Topper problem number 2 is just the hair becoming frizzy or unruly or like getting tangled. I talked about this in the last topper problem video, but I feel like since then I have discovered a new process for myself in my topper. So I was having that problem a lot, especially with like the thick winter coats and like, you know, fabric just rubbing on the hairline. So I was like, all right, let me start fresh. So I washed my topper, really, you know, gave it a good wash, gave it a really good deep condition, and then I was like, all right, I got a fresh palette. Let me try a new product, because in the last topper video I did talk about a leave-in conditioner, but I did not advertise the brand because I wasn't 100% happy with it. I felt like if I put it every day, like other topper users suggested, it would make it like heavy and just kind of looked like it had product heavy. I didn't like that. So what I did try this time is, the first day after I styled and I dried my topper, I used this, it's a hair oil. So it is from Husk. It's an argan oil, and it's strengthen and restoring and repairing shine hair oil. This is it right here. And I just put like such a small amount, rubbed in my fingers, and then just kind of like fingered it through the topper. And I did that day 1 when I freshly washed it. And it's been, I think, 9 days. And I feel like the hair is still silky and soft. Like I didn't put anything else daily. The great thing about this topper, it's the Bella by Uniwigs, is that you don't have to straighten it daily. So it's not like I need to be straightening it every day. So I'm not like heat treating it every day. And just putting a little bit of that oil really just held it for this whole week. But I definitely recommend that. And I like that it has it's no parabens. And sulfate free. So I always try to look for products that have the least damaging chemicals as possible, and that's what that last leave-in conditioner had, but it was just way too heavy. So if you have any recommendations of how you daily, treat your hair, or what products you use, or maybe even natural products, definitely I want to hear about it. Leave it in the comments so we can kind of explore together. The next type of problem is dealing with the front hairline of the cap. If you were to not flip, do this little hair flip that I do, it's like the front of the cap, the very front, is very visible, especially if you're looking at it like in real life. And then it just becomes kind of like a very blatant change. So what I do is, since I wear a side part, that helps tremendously. If you wear a middle part, I don't know how that would blend, but doing this like little grabbing a piece and moving it over, like, it makes it pretty much undetectable. So that is my solution that I do daily, and I wanted to hear like your solutions. Like, do you, because I don't want to use like concealer. People use like concealer to kind of blend their parts together. People use, or they have lace fronts, so they do all that with it. But I kind of want to keep it simple. Like, wake up in the morning, be able to throw it on, not worried about like adhesives or like concealers and all that, what I think is a little bit of a mess. So yeah, definitely share your hairline solutions. And the next topper problem. Now, I think this is probably the biggest hair topper problem. The clips. We use clips to latch the topper in every day. And my question from even before getting a topper is like, is this gonna damage my hair, my scalp, my follicles? Because that's definitely not what I'm looking for. But it's an unfortunate thing we have to face. And the best solution, or at the time, or at this moment, is adding more clips in. So I am going to take off my topper to show you. And it's awesome how easy it is to just like whip it on, whip it off. But as you can see, I only have 4 clips clipped. And you can see that they're 2 different colors. So all the tan ones, which are those the lighter ones, those are the ones that came sewed in to the topper. I sewed in all these darker brown ones. And as you can see, like, I have only open these 2 and then these bottom 2. So then I put it away for the night, and I leave them open. So the next morning I can see which ones I clipped. So then the next day I'll be like, oh, so I will then wear these 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm rotating the clipping every day. Are we gonna say that there's gonna be no more hair? No, it's not gonna cause any hair loss? I don't know about that, but what I do know is rotating them will at least prolong that or minimize the risk of it happening. I've been actually considering or looking into and researching wearing a full wig, because that way you could still use, of course, clips to clip it in, but I'm exploring the use of a wig grip, because I want to avoid at all costs adhesives. That's not something I want to, 1, deal with every day, and 2, adhesives on your scalp doesn't sound like too much better. But if you have some method, or your own solution, or if you have the experience of going from a topper with clips to a wig with a wig grip, I definitely want to hear about that, because it is something I'm really considering. But wigs aren't cheap, and just to get one just to be disappointed, that is money down the drain. So please share your stories, or share if you have experienced hair loss, or if you have been wearing a topper forever and you haven't. I know everyone's different and everyone's scalps is different, but I would love to hear your advice or your experience. All right, and my last topper problem is, I guess it's a just person with hair problem, but I definitely want to share this. It is a plastic hair tie. Now, I've always heard how girls, when they have, you know, ponytails or whatever, when they have hair and they tie their hair, they get a crease when they work out or whatever. But this hair tie does not leave a crease. I've even done like, use it as in a half up pony, and it definitely does what it says it does. And it is just exactly what it sounds like, a hair tie made out of plastic, but it minimizes the crease appearance after wearing it. So I definitely like it, and I recommend if you like putting your hair in a pony and you tend to get, now that we have hair, you tend to get creases in from wearing the ponytail, you know, elastic for so long. Definitely look into this. They do have them on Amazon. I believe I just typed in Creaseless pony. I can put a link in the box below. But yeah, definitely shout out to my friend Martis who introduced this to me. She said someone gave it to her, I believe, or she went to Europe and saw the use of them, and it is definitely super helpful. Those were my top problem solutions. Thank you so much for watching, ladies. And like I said, please in the comments tell me your topper solutions for what we're talking about, or comment on other topper problems you have so we can create a conversation, because that's what I want this to be, you know, a knowledge sharing place. And in the beginning, you saw me sipping some tea in my casual Saturday wear to the Cardi B lyrics, "Let me wrap my weave up." And I feel like I definitely love hearing, you know, weaves and wigs talked about and publicized, because, you know, it is becoming a more normal thing. And I feel like the more we talk about it, the more people are knowledgeable about it, you know, the more more we normalize it and kind of, you know, get rid of and release that shamefulness that comes from, you know, having to use helper hair. You know, people that don't need helper hair or that don't need hair wigs or extensions are wearing them, and we're doing this for us to feel good. And I feel like I want everyone to start feeling good about their choices and not feeling shamed or like they have to hide it, or that it's something that we're doing wrong. But thank you so much for watching, like I said, ladies, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.